ऐसे और वीडियोस के लिए मेरे चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करें। 3, 2, 1 स्टार्ट।
On account of migration to Delhi on partition, Harbans Lal, being a displaced person, had wide application dated 13/4/1958, marked as Exhibit DW1/P3, applied for a two-room accommodation at Gur Mandi, Civil Lines, Delhi, with the Municipal Corporation of Delhi stop. This application records that Harbans Lal was a shopkeeper, Suhagvanti was his wife, and Madan Lal, Puran Kumari, Surinder Kumar, and baby were his children. Stop. Madan Lal was described as being in service, and all other children were described as dependents. Stop para. On 15/3/1972, Suhagvanti Devi, being the wife of late Harbans Lal, was issued allotment letter for duplex type tenement under the redevelopment scheme at Gur Ki Mandi for rupees 14,325, which amount was payable in 20 equal annual installments with interest at the rate of 5% per annum, and on default, penal interest at the rate of 8% per annum. Stop. Collection charges at the rate of 24% were also payable. Stop. The allotment letter had a stipulation that the allottee would have to surrender vacant possession of quarter number 27 New Padamchand Lal within 3 days. Stop. The allotment letter, though not a marked exhibit, is an undisputed document. Stop para. Suhagvanti Devi expired on 10/10/1999. Stop. Rajkumari, daughter of Harbans Lal, who by then was married, on or about 15/10/2004, filed a suit for partition of the tenement and decree of declaration that she and the defendants, namely Surinder Pal Sharma, Puran Devi Ni Kumari, and Santosh Rani (widow of Madan Lal), who had by then expired were owners of 1/4 unspecified and undivided share in the tenement. Stop. A decree for rendition of accounts and permanent injunction was also prayed for. Stop para. The suit was contested by Surinder Pal Sharma, who in his written statement had propounded a registered will dated 2/1/1992, purportedly executed by Suhagvanti, wherein the tenement had been bequeathed solely and absolutely to him. Stop. It was stated that husband of Rajkumari, namely Ramesh Kumar, was an attesting witness to the will. Stop. Puran Devi and Santosh Rani, despite service, did not file their written statements. Stop. Santosh Rani, during the pendency of the suit, expired and was represented by her daughter Veena Malhotra. Stop. Puran Devi has also expired and is now represented by her daughter Meenakshi Sharma. Stop para. The trial court wide judgment dated 17/1/2018 passed a preliminary decree of partition inter alia, holding that the four siblings were entitled to 1/4 share each in the tenement after recording that Surinder Pal Sharma had failed to prove the purported registered will of Suhagvanti dated 2/1/1992. Stop. The judgment held that Surinder Pal Sharma had failed to examine any of the attesting witnesses to the will as required by Section 68 of the Evidence Act and therefore could not prove that Suhagvanti had signed the will at her free will in a sound disposing state of mind after having understood its contents. Stop. It was also held that as per the testimony of Surinder Pal Sharma, the will marked Exhibit DW 1/2 was attested by one witness only and therefore mandatory requirement of Clause C to Section 63 of the Indian Successions Act was not satisfied. Stop. Overall